Rama Rama. Namaste everyone. Welcome you all to class 5 of Sanskritasri Pathamala 3. Today we will continue the Punaravartanam of Pathamala 2, the revision, and hopefully we'll complete it by today or maximum by Wednesday. Let us begin with the Prarthana. Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vikhnopashantaye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmala Sphatika Kritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Saraswati Namastestu Veena Pustakadharini Hamsavahana Marudhe Vidyadan Kurushvame. So first the Padya for today. Malasha Mukula Bhrantya Shukatunde Patatyalihi Shuko Jambu Phala Bhrantya Tam alim dhartum ichhati. So in the book we have jagdhum ichhati. In many versions we have dhartum ichhati as well. So we will learn it with this, and then I have a small doubt about the jagdhum word. I will clarify that, and if it's okay, we can replace it with jagdhum as well. So Palasha is a tree, and Mukulam we know is a bud. So mistaking the parrot's beak to be a Palasha tree's bud, which is also bright red. What does the bee do? Alihi is a bee. It falls into the beak of the parrot. Similarly, the parrot also mistakes the bee to be a jambu phala, so a rose apple, jambu phala, and it catches the bee, thinking it's a rose apple or a jambu phala. So the Anvaya, would anybody like to try the Anvaya? Usha Divate.
Namaste Bhagini.
Ram Ram, Namaste.
Palasha Mukula Brantya Palasya Ashaya Mukulaha Bud Brantya Tritiya Vibhakti Shukatunde Saptami Vibhakti Patatyalihi is Patati Alihi Shuko is Shukaha Jambu Phala Brantya, again Tritiya Vibhakti Tamalim Tam alim tam karma padam tatra dvitiya vibhakti alim karma padam visheshanam visheshyam asti dhartum ichhati dhartum dhru dhatuhu dharane ichhati is the kriya padam.
Just give me a minute.
Ek prashna asti bhagini.
Yeah, I'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
Rama Rama.
Ram patati api kriya padam asti tatra.
Patati api kriya padam asti. So Palasha is not the fruit. If it is because it would have been the second her. This is Palasha. Palasha is a variety of tree which has bright red flowers. It's sometimes called the flame of the forest as well. So
Which
Palash,
tree?
sorry?
Which tree is that? Like Palasha?
Sometimes it's called flame of the forest, and in Tamil it is called Purashil. I don't know if it's the flame of the forest, but yeah, it has bright red flowers. So that is why. Sorry.
So Palasha is also called by the name of Tesu, if you've heard. That's also a Hindi name for Palash. And it is used to play Holi as well. It's a natural color. It gives you
Natural
the
dye.
color of red.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Even brahmacharis during Upanayanam, they are given this Palasha Danda in their hand.
Right.
Gulmohar flowers, Bhagini.
Gulmohar. Yeah, Gulmohar is what we call flame of the forest, but I don't know if it is the same thing.
Yeah, it is the same, Bhagini.
Yeah. Okay. Dhanyawad.
No, I don't think it's Gulmohar. Gulmohar is different. Palash is like a revered a tree in India. As you're saying, big, bright red flowers.
Okay. So it is just that it is very similar to the parrot's beak, which is also bright red. And so the bee falls into its beak. So there is some Brahmaha for both the bee as well as the parrot. That is what this Subhashita is trying to say. And ultimately, it's going to cause them inconvenience. So the bee is also going to end up in the beak of the parrot, and the parrot is going to swallow a bee which might sting it. So
Jagdu Michati is
Bhagini, I have a question. May I ask?
yeah. Yes.
So I read a slokam. It says that it's for the Ketu Bhagavan. Palasha Pushpa Sankasham Tarakagrahamastakam Raudram Raudratmagam Ghoram Tam Ketum Pranamam Yaham. In this shloka, they mention Palasha Pushpa. I don't understand at that time itself what's that tree or the the flower or the tree. That's one thing. The another thing is like
Palasha is see if you say Palasham, it might mean Palasha Phalam or Palasha Pushpam. Whereas if it is Palashaha, you can just call it the Vriksha. So if you just say Palasha, you don't know whether it's the tree or the flower that they are referring to.
Bhagini, Dhartu Michati, Apija Jagdu Michati. Here, Dhartu Michati is to catch. Jagdu Michati is to swallow.
Yes. Right? So the Jagdhum is, I think they're trying to use the Ada Bhakshane Dhatu. Ada is to swallow or to eat. So I was a little doubtful about the Tuman Pratyayanta of that Dhatu, whether it is Attum alone or Jagdhum is also a correct form. So I will check that. But I thought this part of Bheda is also there. So we can also take the Dhartu Michati.
And one more thing. If they give like from where they have taken this shloka, it would be great help, Bhagini.
That is true. We don't know where this is.
And then one more thing.
Yes.
In the verb root, you said like conjugation, pat, yoga, ayogati, patati. This group 1, 4, 6, 10 of roots can be subdivided into 3 groups again. They are simple roots, regular roots, and irregular roots. What's the difference between simple roots and regular roots, Bhagini?
So the difference is that in simple roots, they just add the akara or the vikarana pratyaya, add the ting pratyaya, and you get the form. Whereas in the regular roots, it is not just the addition of the vikarana pratyaya and ting pratyaya. There are more changes, but at least the changes are predictable. So certain sets of dhatus get certain regular types of changes. Whereas there are some which are completely different, like pa, pibati, and all that. It is da, yachati. So there is no connection. So you are not able to arrive at any kind of pattern. That is the meaning.
So is there any example for that?
Yeah, as I told you, pa, pibati, pa dhatu, how does it change into piba?
Okay.
So that is a change which is unique only for the pa dhatu. Shall we come to that when we are in dhatus now?
Okay.
Let us complete this. So we will finish the padya and then we will go to that. We are going to do the dhatus today in detail. So at that time we'll take it up.
Yeah. Dhanyavada, Bhagini.
Dhanyavad. So alihi, this is the anvaya. Alihi palasha mukula bhrantya shukatunde patati. So shukatundam, tundam is the beak, shukatunde patati. Shuko jambu phala bhrantya tam alim dhartum ichhati. So usually dharati means to wear. Sometimes it gets the meaning of to hold, and here we can take it as to catch. So catches the bee thinking that it's a jambu phala. Now the Pratipadartha, Palashaha, as I told you, is a kind of tree. Mukulam is the bud. Bhranti. Bhrantihi is the ktin pratyayanta to Brahma dhatu. So to be deluded is Bhranti. So Bhrantya means it is in Tritiya Vibhakti. Shukaha is a parrot. Tundam is its nose or beak. Patati falls. Alihi is the big black bee. Jambu phalam is a rose apple. Tam, that. Alim. Alim is in the Dvitiya Vibhakti. That bee. Dhartum, to catch. Ichhati, it wishes.
Hari Om. Bhagini, may I interrupt, please?
Yes.
Apte says that alihi can also be a scorpion.
Alihi is usually a bee.
Yeah, it says a large black bee, and it also says a scorpion.
Okay, I am not aware of that. I can check that if in the next class maybe. But usually alihi is a bee. Even in that Mahishasura Mardini, we see alihi is common as a bee. So the meaning here is a black bee falls into the beak of a parrot, mistaking it to be the bud of a palasha tree. And a scorpion, I don't know if it resembles a rose apple. That is another point that we need to consider. A parrot wishes to catch or to swallow it, the bee, mistaking it to be a rose apple. The idea here, however, seems to be to indicate that how people mistake certain things by just their appearance. So we should not judge things by their appearance, is what they are actually trying to say. So here there are some sandhi padas, patatyalihi. So it is made up of two words, patati and alihi. The ikara has become ya, patatyalihi. Shuko jambu. Shuko is nothing but shukaha. The visarga becomes ukara, and then there is a guna. Guna is a kind of change or sandhi which happens. Shukaha jambu palam bhrantya dhartum ichhati. Now we will continue the verbs that we were learning. So in Pathamala 2, we are revising the important parts. So in that we have almost done the Rikaranta Shabdas. We did some Halanta Shabdas as well. The Lakaras we'll be doing in detail in Pathamala 3 also. So we will leave that for Pathamala 3. So Lang Lakara, Vidhiling, the Lrit, and the Lrit Lakara, conditional. Then Visheshanam, we saw the list of Visheshanas in the last class. Sankhya, we have done part of it. So we saw the we saw the vibhaktis of the different 1 to 10 numbers in Sankhya. In Bandhuvachaka Shabdas also we revised whatever was there in Pathamala 2. Avyayas we saw, and Ktva and Tumun is yet to be done. We will do that today if possible. And Upasargas we have covered. Padyani, I think Padyas are easy. So just the meaning you need to know. And then the Dhatus is what we are doing. Right. So as I told you in the last class, the verbs in the Dhatu Patha have been broadly classified into 10 ganas, each having a different Vikarana Pratyaya. The classification itself is based on the Vikarana Pratyaya. And we saw that most of the dhatus belong to the groups 1, 4, 6, and 10. And we were trying to learn some Parasmai Pada dhatus in these groups. Okay, so let me stop here and take some questions. There are some questions here. I will first look at them, and then if there are more questions, I'll unmute whoever has a doubt. Sanskrit Hindi dictionary. I will check. I am not aware of one. I will check and let you know. Yeah, so Vyoma-samskrta-pathasala is the scientific name, but in Tamil we call it the Purusha. So scorpion is also a bee. Okay, but here in this context, a bee is more apt. Now, so these are the dhatus we learned in Pathamala 2. Somebody wants to try and attempt to give the meanings, you can raise your hand. I think Usha Bhagini, you had some doubts. Usha Divati Bhagini.
Yeah, Bhagini, I asked you, right? The same thing, like simple and regular and irregular.
So was your doubt clarified?
Yeah, I need some example, like what do you call simple in Sanskrit? How do you say simple?
I don't remember the dhatus which we did in Pathamala. Yeah, I think we will be seeing them right now. So at that time, if you still have the doubt, we can. So in At dhatu, for example, we take At and then we add Akara and Ti, you get the final form of the Prathama Purusha Ekavachana Rupa. Athati. Yeah. So that is why it is called the Samanya. So in the regular things, there will be a particular pattern in which they undergo modifications. So we will see them when we look at the next set of those.
Okay. Thank you.
Dhanyawad. Pujati. So, yeah, so does somebody want to try? Jahnavi Satish. Ram, namaste. So I just want the meaning of the dhatu.
Yes, ma'am. At. Atati, wanders. Kuj, kujati, coos. Creed, creedati, plays. Patha, pathati, reads. Brahma, Brahmati, reels.
Yeah. So in all of this, you just add akara and ti, you get the form. So it is a normal, regular roots.
Can I continue now?
Yeah.
Tr, tar, tarati, crosses.
So here, what happens is that rikara becomes ar. The change that happens is it is called a guna. That is the rikara becoming akara followed by repa, ar. So this is actually made up of takara and rikara. This is the gunitakshara. Whereas in tarati, we have takara, akara, and then repa, which is again followed by akara and ti. So the guna has happened, and that is a change that is seen in the dhatus of the first gana. If there is a guna letter, then it is changed. If you find e u ruler, it will become the corresponding guna letter. Here ni has become ne plus ati, which again has become nayati by another sandhi rule. Yes. Here also it's the same thing. Sorry.
Can tarati mean swim?
Yes. It is a
Crosses.
word. Swim, crosses, both, yes. Dhri is dharati. We just saw the verb in the Padhyam. Dhartum ichhati. So the same verb, which is dharati. Glai is to fade. And here also the glai has become glayati. That is again by a sandhi rule. So the changes are according to a given pattern. Okay. Now can you give the meaning?
Yes, ma'am. Tr, tarati, meaning crosses. Ni, nayati, leads. Hr, harati, takes. Or steals also. Dhr,
Yes.
dharati, bears.
Yes.
Glai, glayati, becomes tired or faints.
Fades or becomes weak. Uttam. Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavada.
So here, as I told you, these are some special dhatus where the changes are completely different. Pa has become pibati. Priyadarshini.
Ram.
Ram Ram.
Pa, pipati, drink. Dhma, dhamati,
Smritavati va. This is to blow a conch, to blow a wind instrument. So dhamati.
dhamati.
Even in Gita, you would find this shankhan, dadmukh, pratak, pratak. So this is dhamati means to blow the conch or any wind instrument. Yes.
Gam, gacchati.
So gam and gach are completely unconnected. So this is a kind of a special change.
Tha, tishtati, stands. Drish, pashyati, sees.
This is also a completely different variation. It is not a guna, it is not just addition of the akara, but there are more modifications in the actual verb forms. So pa is pibati, dhma, as I told you, is blowing a conch, gum goes, stha stands, and drish is to see. You can try the next set as well, Bhagini.
Kupyati.
So this is fourth gana. So that's why you see the yakara.
Yakara.
It's not kupati, but it is kupyati. Yeah.
Angry.
To be angry.
to be angry. Nashyati, destroys.
Yes. Nashyati is to be destroyed. So
To be destroyed.
Nashayati is to destroy. Nashyati is to be destroyed by themselves. Yes.
Mrishyati aham na jana.
Prishyati is to bear or to put up with something. So
Tolerate.
Marsha. Saha marshane. So marshanam means to bear, yes, to tolerate. That's it.
Siddhyati. Siddhi. How to translate?
Siddhi, to accomplish or to achieve something.
Snihyati. Is it like?
Snake is to become close to somebody or to be attached to somebody.
Neham.
Or,
It's like.
sneha, yes. It is the same. So, Kupyati is becomes angry, Nashyati is destroyed, tolerates or bears Vrishyati, Siddhyati is accomplished, and Snih is to endure oneself to somebody. Yeah, so I think there are more, but I think this is enough. Dhanyavadha, Vidni. Then the 10th Gana, Dhatus. Uma Chandrasekharan, Vidni.
Namaste, Bhagini.
Ram Ram,
Shuyate va?
Namaste. Shuyate.
Archayati, to do archana, do puja.
Yes.
Ganayati, to count.
Count or to think also. Sometimes it is also used in the meaning of to think. Just like in Tamil, we have Yennagiran can mean both count as well as it can mean to think.
Chintayati, this is to think.
This is also to think.
Tarjayati, Amna Janami Bhagini.
Tarjayati is to threaten or to scold.
Threaten, okay.
That's why the pointer finger is called a tarjani, one which,
To threaten is
to threaten. Yes. Next is Pur.
Purayati, to be complete.
To complete. To complete something.
Yes.
Worships, counts, thinks, threatens, and completes. Something. There are more. You can try with me.
Astu bhai. Chodayati. No, Bhagini.
Chodayati, prachodayati, you might have heard. So prachodanam. It means to motivate or to encourage somebody to do something.
Encourage. To encourage. Ghoshayati, to announce.
Something.
Marshayati.
So same that we saw in the first Gana. So the R became Ar, isn't it? So similarly, to bear, it has a similar meaning.
Chorayati, to steal.
Yes.
Poshayati, to take care.
Yes, to nourish or to take care.
To nourish.
So motivates, announces, bears, steals, and nourishes.
These are all Nijanta padas, Bhagini.
You get the I as the Vikarana Pratyaya, so they look like Nijanta padas. Some are Swarthe Nij. So even in, for example, Chorayati means to steal. It doesn't mean to make somebody else steal. So here the form is similar to a Nijanta verb, but then they have, it is in Swartha. Swarthe Nij is called the Dashama Ganama. It is the 10th. Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavada.
Sorry. Next, we saw the ktva and tumun pratyayantas. Basically, ktva and tumun pratyayantas are used for joining two sets of two sentences. And these two sentences talk about the actions done by the same person. So, the common points between the tumun and ktva pratyayas are both of them help combine two sentences. They both result in an avyaya pada. The tumun anta is an avyaya. For example, in the padyam that we saw, we had dhartum. That has no linga, that has no purusha vachana, nothing it has. So it is an avyaya. Similarly, ktva is also an avyaya. Pathitva gachami. So for that, you cannot attribute any purusha, you cannot attribute any linga, vibhakti, vachana, nothing. Both are added to dhatus. So they are both krit pratyayas. As I told you, any pratyaya which is added to a dhatu, which is not a ting pratyaya, will be a krit pratyaya. And the doer of the action in both sentences is the same in tumun, and so is the case in ktva pratyaya. Only if the same person does one action and then goes on to another, can you use the ktva pratyaya. And similarly for tumun, when the same person does an action in order to be able to do some other action, then you use the tumun, but the person should be the same. Now, what are the differences between the two? Tumun is added to the later action. For example, aham pathitum vidyalayam gachami. So you're going, but then for what? To read. So the later action is reading. So pathitum, you're adding the tumun to the pathadhatu. Whereas in ktva, you add it to the earlier action. You complete an action and that is indicated by ktva. Aham pathitva kridanganam gachami. Then there is a cause and effect relationship in tumun, whereas it is not there in ktva. They may be two independent actions. Now we see the forms of the ktva and tumun pratyayantas. If somebody would like to try and recollect what we learned in Pathamala 2, you can raise your hand. And very beginning.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Phat dhatu, pathitum and pathva. Pathitva.
Pathitva.
Pathitva. Kriditum, kriditva.
Kriditva.
Pujayitum, pujayitva.
Pujayitva. So this puj is in the 10th gana. So that's why we get the I. Pujayati. So in tumun, also you'll hear that yakara. In ktva also you'll hear it. Pujayitum, pujayitva.
Pujayitva. Gam, gatva, gatum.
Gantum.
Gantum.
Gantum and gat. So patha is pathitva and pathitum. Creed, creeditva and creeditum. Puja, pujayitva, pujayitum. Gam, gatva and gantum. Can you try the next set as well, Bhavani?
Yes. Nam, namitum, namitva.
It's like gam.
Gantum. Nantum. Namitva.
Natva.
Natva.
It is nat.
These are the difficult ones. Bramitum. Bramitva.
So Bramitva is right. Here it is given Brantva, but Bramitva and Brantva are right. And Tumun is Bramitum.
Bramitum. Nayati is from Nayati or Nitva. Nitva.
So here it is Nitva. Nitva is right. And Tumun?
Nitum? No, Naitum.
No, here it is Netum. Netum and Nitva.
Yeah.
So,
Patum and Pitva.
Patum and Pit. Only the Ktva becomes P, but the Tumun gets just, you
Patum.
add the Tum. That's all. So, Patum and Pitva. Samyak. Uttamam.
Thank you. Dhanyavadaha.
Shri Ranjini Bhagini.
Ram Ram Mani.
Ram Ram. Namaste.
Conquer. Jetum. Jitva.
Jitva. Chetum and Jitva.
Palayitum. Palitva.
Palayitva. Here, because it is 10th Gana, Palayati, Palayitum, Palayitva.
Patitva. Patitum.
Patitum, Patitva.
Ushitva. Vastum.
Samyak. Vastum, Ushitva.
Ushitva.
Next set also you can try.
Charitum. Charitva.
Charitva, Charitum.
Charitum. Yashtum. Ishtva.
Ishtva. Ishtva and Yashtum.
Marayitum. Maritva.
Marayitva. Marayitva. Marayitva.
Darjayitum. Tarjayitum. Tarjitva.
Tarjayitva. Here also the Yakara is
Tarjayitva. Tarjayitum
Tarjayitum and Tarjayit. Samyak. Dhanyavada.
Thank you.
We just have one more set. Yes. Krishna Narayan Mahodaya.
Namaste, Ram Ram.
Ram Ram, Namaste.
I will try. I
Yeah.
don't know whether I'll be able to. Yeah.
You can try. We will help you.
Katha. Katha, that means narrate. So is it kathayitva?
Yes.
Kathayitva and kathayitum.
Kathayitum.
Rach is to arrange.
Arrange. So Rachayati is also to compose.
To
in that
compose.
sense.
Or
Yes.
is it also to draw? No.
Yes. Rangoli and Rachayati. Yes.
Oh. So rachayitva and rachayitum.
Yes.
Okay. And bhaksh is to eat. So is it bhakshitva or bhakshayitva?
Bhakshayitva and Bhakshayitum.
Bhakshayitum.
All three get I. So all three are in like the 10th ganas. There are just a few more. You can complete that.
Okay. Art. Art is to is it atayitva or atatva? Atitva.
Atitva. Yes. So the verb latlakara prathama purusha ekavachana is atati. So atitva and atitum.
Atitum. Vam is to vomit. So I think it goes the same way. Vomitva and vomitum.
Vomitum. Vomitva and vomitum.
Vomitum.
Uttam. I think that's all there is. Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavada. Thank you.
So we did part of the Sankhya Vachaka Shabdas. That is, we just did the Vibhaktis and Vachanas for the first 10 numbers. Now we will do the, we will revise the particles which are added to the number words. So the first one is approximate numbers, where 1 or 2, 2 or 3. How do you say that in a single word? Ekadvaha in Pullinga. Ekadvaha, because these are all Nitya Bahuvachananta Shabdas. Ekadvaha in Strilinga, just like Sitaha, this Ekadvaha is like Ramaha. So, and Ekadvani Phala or Vana Shabda in Napumsakalinga. So it is an Akaranta Pullinga type word in Pullinga, like Rama Shabda. In Strilinga, it is an Akaranta Mala type word. But the only difference is that it's only in Bahuvachana. So, Ekadvaha, Dvitraha, 2 or 3, Trichaturaha, 3 or 4, Chatushpanchaha, 4 or 5, Panchashaha, you don't get the full shash word here, shashtaha. So, Panchashaha, and Shat Saptaha, Saptashtaha, Sapta Ashta, Saptashtaha. Similarly, in Strilinga, Ekadvaha, Dvitraha, Trichaturaha, Chatushpanchaha, Panchashaha, Shatsaptaha, Saptashtaha. And for in Napumsakalingam, you'll get Ani for everything. Ekadvani, Dvitrani, Trichaturani, Chatushpanchani, Panchashani, Shatsaptani, Saptashtani. So you should just be careful about this Panchashani. So the others are. So as I told you, these are like Pullinge Rama Shabdavat Saha Ekadvan Balakan Pathayati. So Ekadvan Balakan is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So just like Raman, we have Ekadvan Balakan. Strilinge Rama Shabdavat Vitrabhyaha Kanyabhyaha Vastram Dadatu. And Napumsakalinga Hala Shabdavat Chatushpanchani Pustakani Svikuru. Take 4 or 5 books. The next particle that we add to the Sankhya Vachaka Shabdas is Dha. So by adding Dha to the number words, we get the sense of portion. So if you have a certain number of articles or things, you divide it, you make it Dvidha is you're dividing it into 2 portions. Tridha means you're dividing it into 3 portions and so on. And they are indeclinable particles. So once you add the dha, it becomes an avyaya. And bhalani tridha vibhaja means you divide the fruits that are there into 3 parts. Ekam asmai dehi, tat tasmai dehi, tritiyam etasmai dehi. Give 1 part to this person who's here. Tat tasmai dehi, that one to the other person who's there. And then Tritiyam Etasmai, again another person who is close by. The 3rd part to this one. The next is once, twice, thrice, 4 times, etc. So how do we say that? We have 3 ways of saying it as far as 1, 2, 3 and 4 are concerned. For the rest, we have 2 ways. One is Ekavaram, otherwise Ekakritvaha. So you either add Varam or Kritvaha to the Sankhya Vachaka Shabda. And there is a special word for once, which is Sakrit. That's why we have Asakrit means many times, not once. So it means many times. Vivaram. So you either add Varam or Kritva. Kritvaha. Vikritvaha. It also has a special word, Dvihi. Trivaram, Trikritvaha, Trihi. Chaturvaram, Chatushkritvaha, Chatuhu. Panchavaram or Panchakritvaha, Shadvaram or Shatkritvaha, Saptavaram, Saptakritvaha, Ashtavaram, Ashtakritvaha, Navavaram, Navakritvaha, Dashavaram, Dashakrit. The forms of Ekadha, Dvidha, Tridha, Chaturdha, Panchadha, Shodha. So in Shat, it does not become Shadadha, it becomes Shodha, Sapta, Saptadha, Ashtadha, Navadha, and Dashadha. How many portions we are dividing the given set into is Dha. The other particle Shaha, which we saw, it means you are dividing into groups of certain number. So in pairs or in threes, if you want to communicate that, then you use Shaha. Etani phalani trishaha vibhaja. Divide these fruits in threes. So if you have 9 fruits, you'll make it into 3 each, and then you'll have 3 groups. Manavakaha panchashaha samavetaha tishthanti. The students stand in groups of 5. So the number of people in a group is Shaha. The forms are like this: Ekashaha, Dvishaha, Trishaha, Chatushaha, Panchashaha, Shatchaha. Here again, you notice that the Shaha has become Chakara, the second letter of the Chavarka. Saptashaha, Ashtashaha, Navashaha, and Dashashaha in groups of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So to indicate the difference between Dha and Shaha, Dasha seva phalani santi. There are 10 apples. Tani dvidha vibhajya katham bhavati. When you divide them into 2 groups, you'll have 5 in each group. Dvishaha vibhajya. If you are dividing it in 2s, then you'll have 5 such groups. You take them 2 by 2, you'll get 5 such groups. So this is the difference between Dha and Shaha. Next is Purana Pratyayantaha or ordinal numbers. These are also in all the 3 lingas: Prathamaha, Prathama, Prathamam, Dvitiyaha, Dvitiya, Dvitiyam, Tritiyaha, Tritiya, Tritiyam. So this is like a normal Akaranta Shabda. And this is an Akaranta Strilinga Shabda. And this is an Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabda. Dvitiyaha, Dvitiya, Dvitiyam, Tritiyaha, Tritiya, Tritiyam, and so on. So there are some special usages of certain Purana Pratyayantas also, which are given here. Dvitiya can also mean the wife. Sumitra Dasharathasya Dvitiya Asit. So she is the second wife. Adya Panchami. If you just say Panchami, it means, based on the context, of course, the Panchami word refers to the Tithi. Today is the 5th day after the new moon or the full moon. Then sometimes big numbers like Shatam or Sahasram can mean just a big number, not an exact 100 or 1000. It can mean generally a large number. May you live long. Sharadaha Shatam Jiva. Sharad is a Rutu. So you may live for 100 Sharad Rutus is what is the sense. So with that, we complete the revision of Pathamala 2. I will stop here, take some questions, and then we'll go into the second lesson of Pathamala 3, because Padyas we are doing one by one. And once we complete that, we will do the revision of the Padyas along with the complete Pada Parichaya word by word, giving the grammatical points in them. Prachodayati is like in the Gayatri mantra. Yes. Chodayati also means to, that is Shodayati, Shodhanam. Shodhanam is different from Chodanam. To examine means Shodhayati. Can we use Ktva and Tumun both in one sentence and simultaneously? I've not seen such a usage, but it may be possible. In 10th Gana, which will also have the same form as lat. Mich is not a separate lakara. It is you modify the dhatu itself, and for that all the lakaras will be applicable. Chorayati is both in lat and mich. So chorayati is a lat lakara form, but it is in 10th kana, so it looks like a nijanta, that's all. So kindly explain the difference between dha and shaha one more time. I will do that now. Is there a Dhatumala book which is available? Yes, it is. I think there is one of Samskritasri itself. So if you contact Mr. Venkatachalam, you may be able to get that. But otherwise, yeah, Dhatumala is there of Sanskrit, Sanskrit Education Society. Please show the last slide. What is Sharadaha? Sharad is a Ritu. So Sharad, Sharadau, Sharadaha. It's a Dakaranta Shabda. So in plural, in Bahuvachana, it is Sharadaha. Adhyayanam kritva aham kriditum ichhami. That is perfect. Adhyayanam kritva aham kriditum ichhami. Yes. So 2 or 3 people have some doubts. Amita Bhargava, Kanipriya, and I think Jairam. Yeah. Amita Bhargava Bhavu.
Ram Ram Namaste Bhagini.
Ram, yes.
My doubt is that Chodayati, you said it motivates.
Yes, yes.
But is Chodayati motivation for some good this thing, or is it to make a person?
It can be both. It can be both. Prachodanam can be even for the fire to make it burn better. Even that is prachodayati. Chodayati.
Chodayati. Goads also the
Bhagini, your voice is very feeble. Can you speak a little louder?
If it's used for both, because in our textbook it was given goads. Makes the other person angry. That
makes the other person angry?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it can be used in both senses.
Can be for both?
Yes.
Both positive.
Dhanyavad. Is that your only doubt?
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. Dhanyavad. Jairam Mahodaya. Kanupriya Bhagini.
Namaste, Acharya ji.
Ram. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly. Is it
Kanupriya?
Yeah.
Okay. I have Ji. So first is Nashyati. If Nashyati is destroyed, then to destroy is what? Nashyati.
To destroy something else is Nashaya.
Nashyati. Hello.
Yes, it is Nashayati.
So Nashyati is destroyed, and Nashyati is to destroy.
Yes.
All right. And I couldn't get, because maybe this is a revision class, and I've not attended the earlier course. So
yes.
The reasons for, what are we achieving when we are using suffixes like twa and, tum?
It is to combine sentences, as it was mentioned. So many a times we will see that we have to express the thought that somebody has done some action in order to do something else. Say for instance, Balaha Snatum Nadim Gachati. He goes to the river to have a bath. How do you say that? You need a modification to the verb, which is done by the Tuman Pratyaya.
So where the word is a verb, and had it been a noun, so for example, to take a bath, so for taking a bath, right?
For
because it is
bathing.
action. Had it been a noun, you would have had fourth vibhakti for taking a bath. But since you don't really have anything to convey that form for verb.
So this noun also has come from the snanam, has also come from the verb. You add a lut pratyaya to snadhatu, you get snanam. So to that you add the fourth vibhakti and make it snanaya. So basically most words in Sanskritam are only from the verbs.
Right. So why, so that's why I was saying, then we would use snanaya, right?
Snanaya is also right, but this is just a different way of saying it. You need variety in the language. This just shows the richness.
So basically we can't modify, as you said, so we can't modify verb in any other way. So twa and tum are used to modify the verb, which are, and this is irrespective of plural. So, one and
it is an indecline. What you get in the end, that is that snatum, is an indeclinable, which means it is an avyaya.
Right.
But I'm not saying this is the only way it has to be done. As you say, even the Chaturthi Vibhakti can be used.
Right. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad.
Snanam kritva is also used. That is right. Sorry, didn't see the large slide sentences. I'll show you just a minute. You need the sentences in the last slide. So these are the sentences. Sumitra Dasharathasya Dvidiya Adya Panchami and Sharadaha Shatam Jiva. Dhanyavad. Now we'll go to the Dhatu Rupas which are given in Pathamala 3. Now we are going into proper Pathamala 3. We'll just have a small introduction about the different lakaras. So there are 10 lakaras, of which 6 denote the tenses or the time of the happening of an action. They are lat, which is Vartamana Kala or present tense. Pathati is in lat lakara. Lang, we have already seen in Pathamala 2. It is Anadyatana Bhutakala. Bhuta means past. Anadyatana means something that happened before today. Yesterday and earlier. Earlier than today. That means Abadhat. But we don't strictly follow this rule that it has to be earlier than the present day. Lang Lakara is the Samanya Bhuta. Lung Lakara is the Samanya Bhuta. It can be used for any kind of past, from the previous minute to any time in history. So it is a simple past. Apati is the form. Paroksha Bhuta is one which we have not seen directly by ourselves. Somebody has seen it and has narrated it to us. That is Paroksha Bhuta. Past which is not directly seen by us. It is not necessary that it has to be in some distant past. It can be an event which happened even yesterday, but we have not seen it. That's all. So that is indicated by lit lakara. Papatha is the form for Patudhatu. Lut is the Anadyatana Bhishyat Kala. Tut is the anadyatana bhavishyat kala. It is a future which is beyond today. So anything which happens, which will happen tomorrow or after that, is indicated with the lut lakara. Pathita. And the lit lakara is what we normally learn, samanya bhavishyat. From the next minute to any time in future, we can refer to with the help of lit lakara, simple future. Patishyati. So these are the lakaras indicating the tenses. Lat, lung, lung, lit, lut, and rit. So till Pathamala 2, we learned everything except lit. So in lit, we are just going to learn the kr dhatu and the bhu dhatu in Pathamala 3. Other verbs, lit lakara has not been given. So I don't think we will need to memorize the lit lakara forms of the other dhatus in Pathamala 3. Then we saw lot lakara in Pathamala 1 itself, which is a lakara indicating mood. So it is an order or a request. Pravartana or ashihi, inducing action. It can be an order, request, or benediction. Padhratu, Vidhiling, Pravartana, which is very similar to the lot lakara. You can almost use lot and vidhiling interchangeably. It is also for inducing an action, and it is, the forms are like pathet, ashirling, ashihi, as the word itself suggests, it is benediction, pathyat. And the ring lakara is a hetu madbhave kriyati pattihi. So if one action had happened, the other action would have happened. So when we say this, we indicate that the action did not happen, both the actions did not happen. So kriyati pattihi means the absence of action. Cause and effect with absence of action is the ring lakara or the conditional mood. Apartishyat is in ring lakara. So with this introduction, we'll go to the actual dhatu rupas in the next class. Our time is up now, so we will conclude with this. Question. We don't use lung much, yes. Most of the times we use only one lakara for future, which is the lit, one lakara for the past, which is the lung. That's what we most commonly use. And the bhasha has all this. It is nice to learn all this so that we can enjoy and appreciate this in Kavya. So let us stop here and recite the Shanti Mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dhanyavada. Shubhratri. So Anna Maria has a question. I was confused. Why is it is called simple past, but we do not use it. Simple past, it is both adyatana and anadyatana, both for today and for any period in the past. That's all. For some reason, we have adopted lung lakara in most usages.